in my arms and I smell like that.
Who dreamed of being somebody.
You're a special girl.
Thank you.
And wound up surprising everybody.
Nice move.
Superstar.
Higher and higher.
Rated PG-13. Now playing everywhere.
Music, we're MTV. We care about you and your family.
This is the famous Viacom Lodge, where Nickelodeon, VH1, and MTV staffers come to have lunch. And on a beautiful sunny day, like today, you would take your lunch outside into this gorgeous urban oasis here in the middle of Times Square, which is one of the reasons why working at MTV beats clerking at the local supermarket.
I used to bag groceries at the A&P. I'm a lot happier here, that's for sure.
It's like being in a dorm.
There's music all the time. Every few offices, there's more music.
People have called the Lodge, which is the cafeteria here, it's like MTV High School, which is a good thing. People go down there and cruise the cute boys and the cute girls.
There wasn't really an adult authority.
All right, where's an intern?
Tabitha needs an intern.
It's literally one of those places where the normal hierarchy changes. When if you don't know what to do, you turn to the intern and you go, what would you do?
And perhaps taking a cue from the interns, MTV has adopted a strict dress code policy. Come as you are.
Every girl crazy about his shine dress man.
Everyone sort of dressed down. Every day was like, you know, casual Friday.
If you see someone wearing a tie, you're obviously going somewhere that's unusual.
I love getting in the elevators. You can see an executive in a suit standing next to a PA in shorts with a nose ring, 3 earrings, purple hair.
It's always just been a real good, free-spirited kind of thing.
This is a sick environment that we work in.
Let's dance!
There's stress and all the things that happen in any kind of office, but, you know, we are in the toy department. You know, everyone would like to work in the toy department.
Get the out of my office right now, I'm trying to work.
You're in someone's office and you look up, and because the Marriott Marquis is across the way, you see a flasher in the window, like waving himself at you.
You had one guy who was a chronic masturbator. You know, it was almost on schedule.
I remember it was quite the crowd pleaser.
And I remember specifically one time that happening, running out in the hallway to get another friend of mine to come in and see what was going on, and I ran into Lenny Kravitz. So there I am now, Lenny's following me into the office, and I'm standing next to Lenny, and we're watching this man. And Lenny's reaction was, why is he doing that?
But more common than a Times Square peep show in the halls of MTV is running into celebrities.
You're sitting in your office and you're talking to somebody about some show, you know, and you look up, oh, there's John Bon Jovi going by.
You're in the elevator and there's Prince.
I heard that he was there, and so I wanted to see him before he left. Just, you know, it's Prince. I wanted to see what was going on. So I come sort of running around the long way, and I end up literally running into him. So that was kind of embarrassing.
One time, Paul McCartney was just visiting one of the executives.
Marilyn Manson comes around with a photographer to take a photo with just about everybody on the halls, just sort of pops into everybody's office and sort of takes photos.
There were rock stars walking through the place all the time, but when Muhammad Ali walked through the halls of MTV, there were jaws dropping everywhere.
Celebrities have been knocking around the network since the very beginning, but the number of famous faces soared in 1997 when MTV opened its new studio and began shooting more live shows at 1515 Broadway.
When we built this studio a couple of years ago, it really has changed everything about MTV because we've constantly got acts in the building. One day, not too long ago, we had Michael Stipe, ODB, Wyclef, and Britney Spears. And that's the kind of thing that now happens on a regular basis down here.
Every day, screaming, sign-waving fans show up for a glimpse at that day's guest on TRL. And MTV staffers can relate to that because we're fans as well.
I know it sounds a little ridiculous, but one of the big reasons why I came to MTV News was because of Madonna. Over the years, all the things we've done with her, it's kind of hard to come up with new ideas because it's sort of like we've seen everything. And the one thing we hadn't seen was her actually recording.
Madonna has called, and as always, we have come, this time to the secluded Larrabee studio in North Hollywood.
We show up having no idea what to expect, and we're welcomed into the studio while they're in the middle of recording. And we have a beta crew, and I also brought along a little digital video camera to pick up some extra little shots and stuff here and there. And it turns out she's laying down vocals for one of the songs.
So I guess you guys were going to do Skin?
And she's actually going to let us shoot it. But she kind of doesn't want everybody to be on top of her while she's singing, so she kind of quickly looks around the room and assesses the situation and just says,
Everyone has to go out except who has to be in here.
Then she says, you can stay. And all of a sudden I look around and I realize that I'm alone in the recording booth with her. I'm like freaking out, and I'm trying not to show it. I'm trying to keep my cool, but this is a pretty amazing experience.
Do I know you from somewhere?
So then she records the song, and I'm standing there, you know, this close to her. I was just floored. I was just, you know, it was just one of those moments where you're just kind of like, how did I get here?
Marius, that was wrong, wasn't it?
Meeting and taping your favorite artist is one thing, but what about reuniting your favorite band?
Everyone's got that first band that opened the door for you, and Kiss was